Pay attention to this Ring doorbell camera footage from a quiet suburban neighborhood in Phoenix, Arizona. The woman walking up the driveway is Jessica Harmon, a 29-year-old receptionist who can't accept that her relationship is over. Behind that door, her ex-boyfriend Tyler is celebrating with his pregnant fiancée Amanda, the woman who replaced Jessica. The backyard is full of family and friends, pink and blue decorations everywhere. Everyone excited to find out if the baby is a boy or girl. Jessica's wearing sunglasses and a loose jacket despite the Arizona heat. She's carrying a gun in her purse. In the next few minutes, she'll open fire on everyone Tyler loves, turning a celebration into a massacre that will leave 3 people dead. On June 12, 2016, Phoenix police responded to a mass shooting at a residential home in the Ahwatukee Foothills neighborhood. Multiple victims. Active shooter still on scene. When officers arrived, they found a backyard full of terrified guests, 3 bodies, and a shooter who'd been tackled by partygoers and was now screaming that Tyler had stolen her life. What detectives uncovered about Jessica's obsession would expose a level of premeditation that shocked even seasoned investigators. Tyler Morrison, 31, had moved on. After a tumultuous 2-year relationship with Jessica that ended in December 2015, he'd met Amanda Chen in January 2016. Amanda was everything Jessica wasn't: calm, stable, drama-free. She worked as a speech therapist at a Phoenix elementary school, earning $54,000 annually. Tyler worked in pharmaceutical sales, making $82,000. They clicked immediately. By March 2016, Amanda was pregnant. By April, Tyler had proposed. They were building the life Tyler had always wanted, the life Jessica thought she deserved. Amanda had no history with Jessica. She'd heard stories. Tyler had been honest about his ex's jealousy, her controlling behavior, the constant fights. But Amanda had never met her. Tyler assured her it was ancient history. Jessica had moved on. She was dating someone new, according to mutual friends. Tyler was wrong. The pregnancy announcement in April triggered something in Jessica. Tyler's social media photos showed him smiling with Amanda, hand on her growing belly, caption reading, "Can't wait to meet our little one. Life is perfect." Jessica saw those photos, and something inside her snapped. Jessica Harmon had been spiraling since the breakup. At 29, she worked as a receptionist at a dental office, earning $32,000 annually. She lived alone in a studio apartment in Tempe, struggled to make rent, and spent most nights scrolling through Tyler's social media. Friends described the relationship with Tyler as toxic from day one. Jessica was intensely jealous, constantly accusing Tyler of cheating, demanding access to his phone, showing up unannounced at his workplace. When Tyler tried to break up in November 2015, Jessica threatened to kill herself. He stayed another month out of guilt. When he finally ended it in December, Jessica didn't accept it. She called him 63 times on Christmas Day. She showed up at his apartment at 2 a.m. on New Year's Eve, pounding on the door until neighbors called police. In January, she created fake social media accounts to monitor his activity. In February, she discovered he was dating Amanda. Jessica's journal, found later by police, documented her deteriorating mental state. February 8, 2016. Tyler's with someone new, some Asian bitch. She's not even pretty. He's just using her to make me jealous. It won't last. March 15th. They're still together. She posted a photo of them. He looks happy. He was never that happy with me. This isn't fair. Then came the pregnancy announcement in April. April 23rd, 2016. She's pregnant. Tyler's going to be a father with her. That should be my baby. That should be my life. He stole everything from me. He doesn't get to be happy while I'm miserable. He doesn't get to have a family with her. From that day forward, Jessica's journal entries became increasingly dark, increasingly violent. Jessica spent 2 months planning. She documented everything in her journal, not just her feelings, but her strategy. May the 1st, 2016. I need to make him understand what he took from me. Killing just him isn't enough. He needs to lose everything, the way I did. He needs to watch it happen. May 15th, 2016. Found out they're having a gender reveal party, June 12th. His mom posted about it on Facebook. 30 people invited. Perfect. Everyone he loves in one place. May 28th, 2016. Bought a gun today. Glock 19. The guy at the store didn't even ask questions, just ran my background check and handed it over. I told him it was for home protection. In a way, it is. Protecting myself from a future where Tyler gets everything and I get nothing. June 5th, 2016. Been practicing at the shooting range. I'm getting better. The instructor said I'm a natural. If only he knew what I was practicing for. Jessica researched mass shootings, studied tactics, noted what worked and what didn't. She wasn't planning suicide. She wanted to survive long enough to see Tyler's face as his world collapsed. She bought extra ammunition. She mapped the route from her apartment to Tyler's house, 14 minutes. She prepared a speech, rehearsing what she'd say before opening fire. On June 11th, the night before the party, Jessica wrote her final journal entry. Tomorrow, Tyler learns that some things you can't walk away from. Some people you don't get to leave behind. I gave him 2 years of my life. Now I'm taking everything he loves. Fair trade. Quick pause. Have you ever had a toxic ex who couldn't let go? How did you handle it? Drop your story below and tell me where you're watching from. If this case is giving you chills, hit that subscribe button, because what happens next is absolutely horrifying. Now, let's see how this party turned into a massacre. June 12th, 2016. The gender reveal party started at 2 p.m. Tyler and Amanda's backyard was decorated with pink and blue balloons, streamers, a table full of cupcakes with question marks on them. 30 guests arrived: Tyler's parents, Amanda's family, co-workers, friends. Everyone was laughing, excited, placing bets on whether the baby would be a boy or girl. At 3:30 p.m., they gathered for the big reveal. Tyler and Amanda stood together, holding a black balloon. On the count of 3, they popped it. Pink confetti exploded into the air. Guests cheered. Tyler kissed Amanda. His mother cried happy tears. It was perfect. At 3:47 p.m., the Ring doorbell camera captured Jessica walking up the driveway. Tyler's best friend, Marcus Webb, answered the door. He recognized Jessica immediately. He'd met her several times during her relationship with Tyler. His stomach dropped. "Jessica? What are you doing here?" "I need to talk to Tyler." "This isn't a good time. You should go." Jessica pushed past him. Marcus tried to block her, but she was already moving toward the backyard. He followed, calling out, "Tyler! Tyler! Jessica's here!" The backyard went quiet. Tyler turned, saw Jessica standing at the patio door, and his face went white. Amanda, standing next to him, looked confused. "Who is that?" Amanda asked. "My ex," Tyler said quietly. "Stay behind me." Jessica stepped into the backyard. 30 sets of eyes locked on her. The air felt thick, wrong. Tyler held up his hands. "Jessica, you need to leave. This is private property. You're not invited." "I know I'm not invited," Jessica said calmly, "but I couldn't miss this. Your gender reveal, your big moment, the family you're building with her." She pointed at Amanda. "The life that should have been mine. Jessica, we broke up 6 months ago. You need to move on." "Move on?" Jessica's voice rose. "You moved on in 2 weeks. You replaced me like I was nothing, and now you're having a baby with her?" Amanda stepped forward, trying to defuse the situation. "Jessica, I know this is hard, but..." "Don't talk to me," Jessica screamed. "You don't know anything. You stole him. You stole my life." Tyler's father, Robert Morrison, moved toward Jessica. "Okay, that's enough. You need to leave now, or I'm calling the police." Jessica reached into her purse. Marcus saw it first. "Gun! She's got a gun!" Jessica pulled out the Glock 19. Guests screamed, scattered, dove behind tables. Tyler grabbed Amanda and tried to shield her. Jessica fired. The first shot hit Robert Morrison in the chest as he tried to rush Jessica. He collapsed instantly, blood spreading across his white polo shirt. The second shot hit Amanda's sister, Michelle Chen, who'd been standing near the cupcake table. She went down screaming, hit in the abdomen. Guests were running, climbing the back fence, hiding behind furniture. Children were crying. Someone was calling 911. Jessica walked further into the yard, firing methodically. She wasn't spraying bullets randomly. She was selecting targets. People close to Tyler, people who mattered. Tyler's mother, Patricia Morrison, was hit in the shoulder as she tried to reach her husband. She fell next to him, both of them bleeding on the grass. Marcus Webb tackled Jessica from behind, driving her to the ground. The gun went off during the struggle, the bullet hitting Tyler's cousin, David Morrison, in the leg. Marcus wrestled the gun away from Jessica, pressing her face into the concrete patio. She was screaming, thrashing, trying to break free. "You don't get to be happy. You don't get to have this. I'll kill all of you." Tyler was on the ground with Amanda, both of them covered in blood, not their own, but splattered from the victims around them. Amanda was sobbing, clutching her stomach protectively. Police arrived at 3:53 p.m., 6 minutes after Jessica entered the house. They found Marcus still holding Jessica down, the gun several feet away. They found 3 people dead or dying, 5 wounded, and 25 traumatized guests who just watched a celebration turn into a massacre. Robert Morrison, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene, shot through the heart. Michelle Chen, 32, died in the ambulance en route to the hospital. Her abdominal wound had severed an artery. Patricia Morrison, 56, died during emergency surgery. The shoulder wound had nicked her subclavian artery, and she bled out before surgeons could repair it. 5 others survived their injuries, including David Morrison, whose leg wound required multiple surgeries but wasn't life-threatening. Jessica was arrested, handcuffed, and placed in the back of a patrol car. As officers read her rights, she stared straight ahead and said, "I want Tyler to know that every time he looks at his daughter, he'll remember this day. He'll remember that I took everything from him, just like he took everything from me." Phoenix Police Detective Sarah Martinez led the investigation. Within hours, they'd executed a warrant on Jessica's apartment. What they found was chilling in its detail. The journal documenting 6 months of planning, printouts of Tyler's social media posts with handwritten notes analyzing his expressions, his captions, his apparent happiness, a shooting range membership card with 26 visits logged, receipts for ammunition purchases, a floor plan of Tyler's house. Jessica had researched the property layout online. A list of party attendees with stars next to certain names, including Robert Morrison, Patricia Morrison, and Michelle Chen. Jessica had prioritized who to shoot. Tyler's parents were starred because they had always disliked her. Michelle was starred because she was Amanda's sister and maid of honor at the upcoming wedding. Detective Martinez also found a letter addressed to Tyler, sealed but never sent. It read, "You thought you could throw me away and start over. You thought I'd just disappear. But I need you to understand that what you did to me was murder. You murdered my future. So now I'm murdering yours. We're even." Tyler and Amanda Morrison left Arizona 3 weeks after the shooting. They couldn't stay in the house where Tyler's parents died, where Amanda's sister bled out on the grass. They moved to Colorado, changed their phone numbers, deleted all social media. Amanda gave birth to a daughter, Emma, in October 2016. Tyler told reporters years later, "Every time I look at Emma, I see my mother's face. I see my father. I see Michelle. Jessica was right about one thing. I'll never forget that day. But she was wrong if she thought it would make me regret my family. Emma is the only good thing that came from the worst day of my life." Marcus Webb, the friend who tackled Jessica and likely saved dozens of lives, struggled with PTSD for years. He'd been standing 6 feet from Robert Morrison when the first shot was fired. He'd seen the light go out of Patricia's eyes as she died next to her husband. In a 2018 interview, Marcus said, "I have nightmares about what would have happened if I'd been 1 second slower. How many more people would she have killed? Tyler? Amanda? The baby? I saved lives, but I couldn't save everyone. That haunts me." Jessica Harmon's trial began February 6, 2017. She faced 3 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, and weapons charges. Prosecutor David Nguyen presented overwhelming evidence: the journal documenting premeditation, the shooting range records proving practice, witness testimony from 30 traumatized partygoers, ring camera footage showing Jessica calmly walking to the house, and Jessica's own statement to police. "I took everything from him just like he took everything from me." Defense attorney Lisa Rodriguez attempted an insanity defense. She argued Jessica suffered from borderline personality disorder, depression, and had experienced a psychotic break. Psychiatric experts testified that Jessica demonstrated symptoms of obsessive love disorder and experienced delusional thinking. But prosecutors proved Jessica knew exactly what she was doing. She planned for months, practiced shooting, researched the house layout, prioritized targets. She was angry, obsessed, vengeful, but not legally insane. Tyler testified about the relationship, the breakup, Jessica's harassment afterward. "I tried to be kind," he said. "I tried to let her down gently, but she wouldn't accept it. And when she saw I was happy with Amanda, she decided if she couldn't have me, no one could. Not even my parents, not even Amanda's sister. She killed innocent people to hurt me." Amanda testified about losing her sister. "Michelle was my best friend. She was supposed to be Emma's godmother. She died because she was standing next to a cupcake table at my gender reveal party. That's it. That's her crime. Existing near the man Jessica wanted but couldn't have." The jury deliberated 8 hours, guilty on all counts. The prosecution sought the death penalty. At sentencing, Tyler's brother read a victim impact statement. "Jessica Harmon murdered my parents because she was jealous of my brother's happiness. She turned a celebration into a massacre. She orphaned Tyler's daughter before she was even born. She doesn't deserve mercy." Jessica, given a chance to speak, said, "I'm sorry people died, but Tyler destroyed me first. He just did it slowly, quietly, where no one could see. I just did it faster." Judge Michael Torres sentenced her to life without parole on each murder count, to be served consecutively, plus 150 years for the attempted murders. Jessica would never leave prison. Jessica Harmon is incarcerated at Arizona State Prison Complex, Perryville. She's in maximum security, isolated from general population after multiple violent incidents with the other inmates. She maintains that Tyler is ultimately responsible for what happened. In a 2023 prison interview, Jessica was asked if she regretted the shooting. "I regret that I got caught," she said. "I regret that I'm in here while Tyler gets to raise his daughter and pretend to be the victim. But do I regret making him feel the pain he made me feel? No." The interviewer asked about Robert, Patricia, and Michelle, the innocent people she murdered. Jessica's response? "They weren't innocent. They supported Tyler. They celebrated him replacing me. They were part of the problem." Psychologists who've evaluated Jessica note, she demonstrates no genuine remorse, no empathy for victims, and continues to view herself as the wronged party. She's textbook narcissistic personality disorder with sociopathic traits, Dr. Helen Park wrote in a 2024 evaluation. She will never accept responsibility for her actions because in her mind, she didn't do anything wrong. Tyler wronged her, so she corrected the imbalance. Tyler, Amanda, and 8-year-old Emma live under assumed names in Colorado. They don't post on social media. They don't discuss the shooting publicly. Tyler told a reporter in 2024, "Emma knows her grandparents are gone, but she doesn't know how or why. When she's older, we'll tell her, but for now, we just want her to have a normal childhood. Jessica took so much from us. She doesn't get to take Emma's innocence too." The case sparked conversations about restraining orders and their limitations. Jessica had no criminal history, no documented threats severe enough to warrant a restraining order. Tyler had told friends Jessica was crazy, but never reported her harassment to police. The shooting range where Jessica practiced had no red flags. She was polite, followed all rules, never discussed her plans. The gender reveal party shooting became a case study in how obsessive ex-partners can escalate from harassment to violence without clear warning signs that trigger intervention. Amanda's family started a foundation in Michelle's name that provides safety resources for people dealing with obsessive ex-partners. Michelle died because someone couldn't let go, Amanda told reporters in 2023. If this foundation saves even one person from a jealous ex, then Michelle's death has meaning. In 2024, a journalist asked Amanda if she'd forgiven Jessica. "Never," Amanda said. "Forgiveness implies she's sorry, that she's learned something. Jessica isn't sorry. She'd do it again if she could. So no, I haven't forgiven her, and I never will." Robert Morrison, 58, died June 12, 2016, at 3:51 p.m., shot in the chest while trying to protect guests at his grandchild's gender reveal party. Patricia Morrison, 56, died June 12, 2016, at 5:33 p.m. during emergency surgery from a shoulder wound that severed an artery. Michelle Chen, 32, died June 12, 2016 at 4:07 p.m. in an ambulance from an abdominal gunshot wound. All three were murdered by a woman who couldn't accept that her ex-boyfriend had moved on. Jessica Harmon will die in prison, unrepentant and convinced she was the real victim. And the question of how we identify and stop obsessive ex-partners before they turn violent remains unanswered. If you've ever dealt with a stalker ex, this story hits different. Share this video. Someone might need to see the warning signs. Drop a comment. Do you think restraining orders actually work? And tell me what case to cover next. Hit subscribe for more cases that expose how dangerous obsession can be. Stay safe out there.